Okay, today we have with us Manoj Nair, head of Fujitsu's India Global Development Center (GDC) of Fujitsu Consulting India. Welcome to the show, Manoj.
Thank you. Thanks, Sunil.
Yeah. So I'll just get straight to the crux of the matter and start asking the questions. Now, it's been more than a year of COVID, and that still continues to be the burning issue. So, but still, I mean, things have stabilized, and I would say we are already in the new normal. So, a lot of new tech trends have come. Some of them have become permanent. There may be a few things which may return to the old normal. So maybe if you can first speak about these trends before we go forward.
Sure. So yes, I do agree it's a new normal, but I think we are still not out of the pandemic, and especially we can see the numbers which are going on right now. But yes, what we are seeing is that there are certain things of remote working which are very well established now, and we are supporting all our customers remotely, and that is an industry-wide trend. Also, we see where most of the companies are able to do a remote support even for the critical infrastructure or it's an application related. All those things are still going on, from a remote perspective. Yes, what we expect going further is more of an hybrid kind of approach where we may see, people not the full strength coming back to office. That may be a possibility. And a lot of things happen on the hot desking and stuff like that. And people, industries trying to rationalize, especially in the IT area, trying to rationalize their overall the estate which they have, etc. But so that's where we are looking at it would be.
So, and another thing about the COVID era is like there used to be a lot of talk about digital transformation. So digital transformation was a hot topic, but I think this has become more inevitable in the new normal. So I mean, we are seeing an era of rapid digitization, and companies are being actually forced to digitally transform themselves. So can you speak about first about digital transformation and maybe some interesting digital transformation strategies or case studies you have had for your customers?
Sure. So, I think the situation, what it has done is accelerate towards the digital transformation journey of most of our customers. And what we see is the adoption of technology, which used to get debated a lot and all. Their acceptance is much more, given the fact that they are security-related concerns also are being taken care, and the fact is that now remotely also a lot of support is happening. So the other aspect of it is that the various industries in the services sector, they had to take this move of how do they move their agents to support their customers remotely. So that also is working, and the technologies have been proven now because it's over a year since all of us are working in this kind of situation, and we are able to see that the customer support is not impacted that much as it was thought it would when it all began. So slowly it has been stabilizing and improving. So the transformation is more, it would be in the area of where the support is provided. It would be in the area of how, people would, have, for example, these kind of meetings we are having over the Zoom links, and how this has become a new normal, or else it would have been a face-to-face meeting. So people are, kind of getting used to that as well, and that technology is being proven that it can be utilized for conducting these kind of businesses as well. So as far as for our customers are concerned, we have been working very closely with all our customers, and of course, we are spread across multiple verticals, maybe finance, manufacturing, etc., where we have been working very closely with our customers in enabling our customers to enabling their support functions, to move remotely and start working their customers remotely. Maybe it will be the financial, where it's a retail bank or anything, or if it is kind of the stores which we are supporting, etc., remotely. All those things, where we have been working very closely with our customers and enabling them to do so.
So yeah, and one more thing among all this is like, data. There has been an explosion of data. Today we have like billions
Yes.
of data devices and millions of data centers. So the path that the data
Yes.
is taking is much greater than it was before. So of course now data
That's right.
management, data analytics, and artificial intelligence in enabling all this. So maybe if you can speak this new reality for data in today's world.
Sure. I mean, for some years we have been hearing as that data is the new oil, and it is more prevalent now than it has been any time in the past. So the amount of the decision making that needs to be done, it has with the utilization of technologies like AI, ML, etc., where we are seeing that it is enabling more faster decision making and more accurate decision making. So it is also the fact is that there is, and what we look at from a physics standpoint is also we look at from an explainable AI, which what we look at. So it is not just what the outcome is based on the various, interpretations of the data and the output we get, but also what is the reasoning behind those, because that also becomes really important. Because data, yes, there's a huge collection which is happening of multiple parameters which we would look at in enabling making the customer experience much more enhanced, and also looking at from an employee perspective also how the employee experience can be enhanced. So it is not just looking from an outlook, from an external outlook, but also from an internal perspective also how this data can be utilized, in enhancing both the customer experience and the employee experience as well.
So, like another less talked about aspect has been Indian IT services. I mean, Indian IT services is a multi-billion-dollar industry, but there's more talk on apps and Zoom and all, during this COVID crisis. So, how has the Indian IT services industry evolved during the COVID crisis, and what does the Indian IT services industry look like in the new normal?
So, if you look at it, the Indian IT services, has been able to provide big support to all its customers. And as in the recent NASSCOM also event, which was conducted, where it was, highly appreciated the way the Indian IT services stood up in supporting the customers, and also the support that it got from the government in, enabling these services to work remotely. So that has, really propelled, and I would say the confidence has improved for its customers to see that, even in such kind of situations, the Indian IT services can stand up and support them. So it has, improved the confidence, and we are seeing that also, in the current, pipelines that we are seeing in multiple areas where the across the globe people are, okay to outsource more and to look at how to leverage this kind of ability that exists to support even in a crisis situation.
So I'll probably ask one final question. So one is like Indian IT services industry came of age sometimes back, and maybe in terms of products and apps, we are not there yet. But one thing there has been great progress made is in R&D. I mean, a lot of R&D centers are opening all across India. So I'd like to ask,
Yes.
like, is India ready to become an R&D power, and what more needs to be done? So, for example, after talking in general, maybe you can also talk about some of the innovations that are coming out of your GDC.
Sure. So I would say, as we look at it, yes, from a product side, yes, we are not yet there. But if you look at it from the various innovations that are happening and the startup culture within the country, that is helping boost the R&D, related areas. And if you look at it, across, the various sectors where the Indian IT industry has been involved in evolving and developing solutions, which is helping a lot of kind of industries across the globe. So that I think is a real good thing that is happening right now, and we are seeing that there's a lot of investment also happening in this area, which is also helping the cause. Now, coming specifically, if you look at from a GDC perspective, where we have been encouraging into looking at new areas and innovations that needs to be explored. We have, kind of a center of excellence also, which we are looking at, and how we are identifying the specific problems for a specific customer, and how we can come up with a specific solution, and later on how they can be taken up for a specific industry vertical if it suits. So it is not just restricted, but also, we try to see evolve, and of course keeping into consideration all the IP related issues and all the other compliances that are required. But how is it possible that we can come up with these kind of innovative solutions? We are also looking at how we can co-create with customers. So that is also one more big area where we have been working very closely with customers in understanding specific issues. So we do in Pune, where we do have a center where we are looking at, how we connect with the customers virtually. We can connect with them and understand the various issues, and there are methodologies in place to breaking down a problem into smaller pieces and address those, and then how we come up with a overall solution that can, help the customer's business.
Anyway, thank you for answering all those questions. It was pretty enlightening. So anyway, thank you so much for your time.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Sunil, for your time. It was really great talking to you today.